What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great and enjoying freedom. It's a great day to have a great day. It's a great day to talk about and be the owner of some real deal silver. Specifically, the larger denomination pieces of silver. I'm talking the kilo bars, 50-ounce bars, 100-ounce bars, and beyond. I want to talk about these big blocks of silver and whether or not I think they'd be hard to get rid of should the spot price go up by quite a bit more. We're going to get into it, but really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for a bunch of videos, subscribe to my second channel for bonus videos, and follow me on social media at Mykie DYDSS across all platforms. 4 super quick things as we fully dive into the video. Number 1, if you haven't already, get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel. We have the brand new It's a Great Day to Have a Great Day t-shirt and coffee mug. DYDSS store will be linked in the description. 2, make sure to try yourself some Celsius Energy. That's right, it's a healthier alternative to the other energy drinks out there. You can get a 12-pack variety pack on Amazon right now. I will leave an affiliate link in the description so you can try out the different flavors. 3, if you're not already investing and you'd like to be, make sure to download Webull and fund your account. They're going to give you some free stocks just for doing so. And they make it really simple for a new investor to start investing because of how easy it is to learn about the market and navigate on their app. Webull link in the description. 4th and finally, if you need any silver or gold stacking supplies, airtight tubes and capsules, anti-tarnish paper, mini lock boxes, currency sleeves, microscopes, the list goes on. Any and all stacking supplies, any and all prepping supplies will be linked in the description for your convenience. Okay, so in today's video, I want to talk about larger denomination pieces of silver. And I know, judging by what you're looking at on the screen, I don't really have all that many large pieces of silver. In fact, at this point in time, as I'm recording the video, the largest piece of silver I own is a 10-ounce silver bar. Been stacking for 7 years, and that is currently the highest I've ever gone. This year, I do plan on picking up at least 1 kilo bar. That will be my personal record in terms of size of one particular piece of silver, 1 unit. That will be my personal record, if I'm able to swing that this year. But I want to talk about going big or going home. I want to talk about the large pieces of silver. I want to talk about the kilo bars, the 50-ounce bars, the 100-ounce bars, and beyond. Now, this video was actually inspired by a question that I had received just a couple hours ago, actually. The question is being asked by 28 Baby Shark. Interesting name. And the question is, do you think having a kilo silver bar will be hard to sell and lose quite a bit of premium if the price of silver jumps up over $40 an ounce or higher? It's a great question, and I look forward to answering it throughout the course of this video. Now, I do also want to point out the spot price of silver as I'm recording this video at 10 o'clock at night on Monday, May 19th, 2025. Spot price of silver is currently $32.27. It's down a measly 5 cents, a mild red day, down 0.15%. And while we're on the subject, the spot price of gold is $3,220.40. It's down a measly $8, down 0.25%. So a mild red day for the beautiful yellow metal as well as the beautiful white metal. But with the spot price of silver specifically being a little over $32, $32.27. For the sake of the video, let's just call it $33 because you got to factor in a little bit of a premium. More realistically, we should call it $34, $35. That's what the stack price is. Just because the spot price is $32.27 doesn't mean that's what the stack price is. Stack price is actually about $34, $35 because stack price is the spot price plus the average premium. Add those two numbers together and you get stack price. But I wanted to talk about what Mr. 28 Baby Shark asked. Do I think that a kilo bar would be hard to sell, hard to get rid of, if the spot price were to go up over $40 an ounce? Well, first things first. For those of you that don't know, if you wanted to get a kilo silver bar, that is a bar which contains 32.15 troy ounces of silver. An awkward denomination because we're going by kilos rather than troy ounces. But if you convert 1 kilo to, how many troy ounces is 1 kilo of silver worth? 32.15 troy ounces. So let's take that amount of silver, multiply it by, the current spot price. We'll round it up to $33 just to make it a slightly more solid number. A kilo bar in dollar bills. See, we can convert it a couple different ways. We can measure it in kilos, we can measure it in ounces, and if you are someone of no intellect, you'll measure it in dollars. So currently, a kilo bar would be a little over $1,060. That's fair. Sounds about fair for a kilo bar. Obviously, that's excluding a little bit of a premium. But in dollar bills, that's how much that amount of silver is currently worth. Now, the question says, what if the spot price goes to $40 or higher? Well, let's do a similar math equation. Let's take that amount of silver and multiply it by $40 instead of $32, $33. Now we get $1,286, up from $1,060. Not a world of a difference. Spot price going from $32, $33 up to $40. Dollar bill value of that amount of silver going from $1,060 to $1,286. It's really only an 18% jump. Now, don't get me wrong, an 18% jump is a pretty big jump. But simultaneously, an 18% jump is once again not a world of a difference. Especially when we're working with such a small denomination. Now, I do understand, and I do consider kilo bars to be slightly larger denominations. I think that they fall under the large denomination category, kilo and up. I do say that they say are larger silver bars, larger increments of silver. However, that's just scratching the surface. When I think of large denominations of silver, I'm thinking of like 50-ounce bars, 100-ounce bars, and beyond. I remember seeing pictures several years ago of 400-ounce bars, and they weren't precisely 400 ounces. They were like 402.83 ounces of silver. They were like cinder blocks, they looked like. They were insane. And, talk about the larger the denomination, the lower the premium. Because that is the plus side. That is the that's one thing that's really beneficial to stacking large denominations of silver. You really break down the premiums. And if you're used to stacking 1-ounce silver coins, rounds, and bars, consider getting yourself a 10-ounce silver bar. The 10-ounce denomination is what I like to call the sweet spot. That right there is when you first start to really notice the premiums actually starting to break down. 10 1-ounce silver bars will run you quite a bit more than one 10-ounce silver bar. 100 1-ounce silver bars will run you way more than one 100-ounce silver bar. I like to compare it to the grocery store versus the wholesale club. You can go to the grocery store and you can get yourself 3 boxes of cereal for however many dollars that's going to cost you. Or you can go to the wholesale club and get 1 box of cereal, which is 3 times the size as one box of cereal from the grocery store, where you got 3. So you're taking home the same amount of cereal either way, but guess which store is going to charge you quite a bit less? The wholesale club. It's the same amount of cereal. Doesn't matter. You're buying in bulk. That's kind of how it is with silver and gold, by the way. Fractional gold is going to carry much higher premiums than if you were to just save up and buy yourself a 1 ounce gold coin, round or bar. So the 10 ounce denominations, when you actually start to see it. I don't really see it when I look at 5 ounce silver bars. I'm like, the price of a 5 ounce silver bar is virtually identical to 5 1 ounce silver bars. 10 ounce, that's when you start to notice. And the bigger you go, the more and more and more you'll start to notice it. So kilo bars, you'll notice it even more. 50 ounce silver bars, you'll notice it even more. 100 ounce silver bars, you'll notice it even more. And you don't have to be converting your dollars into these things. Many of us don't have that kind of currency. But just look around, snoop around, pay attention, crunch the numbers, compare and contrast. Ask your local coin shop. Bounce back and forth between a couple of different online storefronts and compare the numbers. You'll actually see it. You'll notice the difference. So do I think that a kilo bar might be hard to get rid of if the spot price were to go to $40? I personally don't think so. I don't think a kilo bar in general would be hard to get rid of. Considering that, it might be a larger denomination piece of silver, but it's not that big of a piece of silver. In the grand scheme of things, that's not that massive. Kilo silver bar is like a little bit bigger than a smartphone. It's not a tremendous amount of silver. And also on the flip side, let's talk about a larger piece of silver, a 100 ounce silver bar. Might be a little bit more difficult. But I can't imagine it being a nightmare and a half to get rid of at $40 an ounce. So I don't think silver would be hard to sell at $40. And I don't think a kilo bar would be hard to sell regardless of the spot price, or should I say stack price. I don't think $40 silver, the spot price of silver saying $40 per troy ounce, I don't think that $40 mark is very intimidating. I don't think we would have a whole lot to worry about at $40 an ounce silver. If you think about it, we're not incredibly far away from that. We still need about an 18% boost from where we're at. But it could very well happen. Stranger things have happened. Stranger things have happened to silver in shorter periods of time. So you never know. I do believe we'll see $40 silver again. Wouldn't surprise me if we saw that in the somewhat near future. Although, I think in the especially near future, I think it's more likely to go red than it is to go green. But either way, back to the question. Do I think it would be hard to get rid of a kilo bar at $40 an ounce? No. I don't think it would be hard to get rid of a kilo bar at $50 an ounce. I don't think it would be hard to get rid of a kilo bar at $75 an ounce. I don't think a kilo bar would be hard to sell. It's a fairly easy increment to work with. And when it comes to larger pieces of silver, 50 ounce, 100 ounce, 200 ounce blocks of silver, I don't think $40 is going to be much of a roadblock, even with the big bricks of silver. I can't imagine $40 per troy ounce causing tremendous amount of issues for the people looking to part ways with some of their silver. Can't really see it happening. But it's just something to talk about. It's just something to think about. And I'd love to know your thoughts in the comment section down below. What are your thoughts? Hypothetically, if the spot price of silver were to go to $40 per troy ounce, and you had a bunch of silver kilo bars and you want to maybe cash out a little bit, you think it would be difficult? You think getting rid of a kilo bar at $40 an ounce would be difficult? Let me know in the comments. If you guys like today's video, please hit that like button, subscribe. If you're new, subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for bonus videos. Follow me on social media at Mykie DYDSS across all platforms. And of course, 4 super quick things as we wrap up the video. Number 1, get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel. We have the brand new It's a Great Day to Have a Great Day t-shirt and coffee mug. DYDSS store will be linked in the description. 2, if you haven't already, try you out some Celsius Energy. That's right, it's a healthier alternative to the other energy drinks out there. You can get a 12-pack variety pack on Amazon right now. I will leave an affiliate link in the description so you can try out the different flavors. 3, if you're not already investing and you'd like to get started, make sure to download Webull and fund your account. They're going to give you some free stocks just for doing so. And they make it really easy for a new investor to start investing because of how simple it is to navigate on the app and learn about the market. And I do plan on taking 3 people this month in May of 2025. I want to help 3 people learn about the market and help them and guide them through kickstarting their very own investment portfolio. So if you want to be one of those 3, please reach out, and the Webull link will be in the description. 4th and finally, if you need any silver or gold stacking supplies, whether it be airtight tubes and capsules, whether it be anti-tarnish paper, mini lock boxes, currency sleeves, microscopes, the list goes on. Any and all stacking supplies and any and all prepping supplies will be linked in the description for your convenience. And I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know one more time. What are your thoughts on everything shared in today's video? When it comes to the spot price of silver, hypothetically working its way up to about $40 per troy ounce. And if you had been stacking a bunch of silver kilo bars, do you think a kilo bar would be difficult to sell, difficult to get rid of, if the spot price were to move up to $40 per troy ounce? Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next one. Don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.